Yes, this is a tough one today. Flip Saunders always seemed to be a big part of the Minnesota sports scene, even when he was coaching somewhere else or spending time talking about the NBA while commenting on ESPN for a spell. A couple of weeks ago, I was told that Flip's health was worse than you can imagine. Didn't want to believe this guy. Not Flip. Not now. He had so much unfinished business to take care of. Starting with coaching up a team tailor-made for Flip Saunders, young emerging stars and long-in-the-tooth veterans. The what could have beens matter not tonight. The Saunders family does, his wife Debbie and their 4 children. The memories for me are as fresh as the day he walked on that raised court at Williams Arena back in 1973.
Flip Saunders, the smallest man on the floor, sparked a Gopher rally.
My earliest memory of Flip Saunders was the point guard on a Gopher basketball team from 1973 through 77, coached by the late Bill Musselman, who turned Williams Arena into a 3-ring circus every pregame with his Sweet Georgia Brown routine. After Jim Dutcher took over as coach, Flip ran the show on the court, with arguably the most talented team ever at the U, with Michael Thompson, Kevin McHale, Osborne Lockhart, and Ray Williams. He began his coaching career at Golden Valley Lutheran College, where he recorded a 92-13 record, including 56-0 at home. Flip eventually ended up with the Timberwolves in 1995, working under his former Gopher teammate Kevin McHale, replacing Bill Blair as coach in December of that year.
Afterwards, I looked at the schedule and I failed to realize we played 8 of our next 10 on the road. So, and which doesn't make it, real easy, but I think it's a good challenge.
It was that same year when their first-round draft choice, the kid, Kevin Garnett, burst on the scene, forging a lasting friendship which came full circle with Garnett returning to the Wolves late last year, once again playing for head coach Flip Saunders. The 2003-2004 season was the year to remember for Saunders, taking his team to the Western Conference Finals, led by league MVP Garnett, Sam Cassell, and Latrell Sprewell. Yes, they were done in by the Lakers and haven't made the playoffs since. Flip was fired by McHale in February of 2005, but found immediate success with Detroit, setting a franchise record with 64 wins. He was eventually fired there, went to Washington to coach the Wizards, but it all led back to Minnesota. He was home again and anxious as a part owner and head coach to get this Wolves franchise back on track. It wasn't long after his own father died. The Wolves finally got the #1 overall draft pick.
Yeah, we waited 20 years to send Glenn to the lottery. We should have probably sent him a lot sooner. That's number one. And as I said to our guys, I said, my dad is hooked. Sometimes you got to have luck. So it was a great day.
Flip loved to teach, and that's why he was so excited to work daily with the likes of Andrew Wiggins and Karl Anthony Towns. The last time we saw Flip publicly was June 26th, when they introduced draft picks Karl Anthony Towns and Tyus Jones. He was like a kid again, impossible to contain his enthusiasm.
I look and see where we were a year ago at this time and where we are today, and the future is bright and clear, and it's sunny right now, and that's what we got to keep on building on, and that's why I'm personally excited, and I think that's why our fan base is excited, because they know where we've been and they know where we're going.
Owner Glenn Taylor said of Saunders today, Flip was a symbol of strength, compassion, and dignity for our organization, defined by his integrity and kindness to all he encounters. Flip Saunders was truly one of us and will be dearly missed by all of us. Flip had a special relationship with the media here in town, and the radio in particular with Dan Barrero at KFAN, the Funkadelic segment, which was just classic. We are with one of those reporters who spent a great deal of time asking questions, chatting with Flip Saunders, Jon Krawczinksi of Associated Press. I know, John, you knew him for a long time.
Yeah.
I'm watching the Vikings game today. I just gasped, and many of us did, when I saw the official tweet from the Timberwolves PR department about the passing of Flip. And yes, we knew this was very, very serious, yet so god-awful to hear it and read it, and just disbelief. Yeah. Right?
It was. I think we were all kind of bracing for a moment that might come like this, but just always holding out hope that a miracle would come along, that you would see Flip, as stubborn as he was, kick cancer in the bud and get back out of there. And when it came down today, just the weight of it just sits on your chest. And he was a guy that was really beloved by a lot of people, media members, players, coaches, not only in town, but all across the country.
We're supposed to keep a professional distance from coaches and players that we cover. We've all dealt with different coaching personalities in all sports in this town. What stood out about your relationship with Flip Saunders over the years?
To me, he just understood what I had to do for my job, and he had a respect for it. I mean, he worked at ESPN for a little while, so I think that gave him a different perspective on things, and he would pull back the curtain for a 5'7" reporter who were in so many of these NBA coaches look down at you and say, you don't know the game, you've never done this before, how dare you ask me questions. Flip welcomed that. He wanted conversation, he wanted to let you know what he was thinking, and it made you feel like you were a part of the process, and I think it really helped.
And it was okay to criticize him, his game planning or questions about strategy, and he'd get back at you and then move on to the next thing and probably laugh about it.
No grudges were ever held with Flip. He would read something, he might get a little upset at a question, at an article one day, but the next day it was water under the bridge. And as long as you could explain to him your logic behind it and you had some truth and facts to back up your assertions, he was okay with it.
The one person I thought about the most tonight was Kevin McHale. His relationship, the former Gopher teammate, the boss of the Wolves who fired him, they moved on. They had a complicated relationship. McHale, I think deep down, has to be just devastated tonight, though.
I would think so. And yeah, they did have a little bit of a falling out at one point, and you heard that they had kind of started to patch things up, and we just hope that they were able to do that fully before this happened. I mean, they were very close for a long time, and were really responsible for a lot of success in this organization.
I mentioned in the story that Flip was so re-energized with the drafting of Karl Anthony Towns, adding to Andrew Wiggins and Zach LaVine. His head was just spinning, I think, with the chance to coach this bunch this year.
Yeah, he took 66 losses last year for a reason, and he would call me, and you could feel the energy, and you could feel the certainty that things were going to work out here. And there was so little optimism surrounding this organization for so long. Flip re-injected that into here, and he really believed they were on the cusp of turning it around.
One thing I think I heard from a lot of folks tonight is it didn't matter whether it was Kevin Garnett or if he was coaching or giving advice to the volunteer coach of a fifth-grade team. He treated everyone the same, and in the same sort of curiosity and passion, and without bigfooting someone, as you mentioned.
Yeah, he loved any coaches that were grinding away and just trying to help their players and make them better. And whether it was a high school level, a junior college level, he would invite coaches in. Any coaches that were fired recently, he would bring in so they felt welcomed. And he was the mayor of the basketball community.
The basketball season, of course, will go on. Sam Mitchell is the head coach. How does this team deal with the grief and pull together? They open the season Wednesday night in Los Angeles. There's a lot of things that have to be determined, but more than anything, you could feel it and hear it in the players' voices and through their tweets tonight. We'll hear from them probably tomorrow sometime. Yeah,
it's the big X factor. I think a lot of them were probably bracing for this as well, but you just never know how you're going to handle it when it finally hits you. And so I think some will be very, very emotional. Some will try and kind of internalize it, but I think getting back to basketball, getting on the court, being around each other, having the season start right away might actually help them with the grieving process a little bit.
It's extraordinary to get the national reaction. We always talk about this being flyover land, and Flip Saunders was the coach of this team for many, many years, but my goodness, did he have an impact from Doc Rivers to Magic Johnson to Shaq O'Neal. It did matter. I mean, the basketball community was truly touched by Flip Saunders.
He was a networker. He knew everyone. He always was shaking hands, always was picking brains, always was making a joke to someone. And so Greg Popovich, Doc Rivers, LeBron James, all up and down the line, Mike Krzyzewski, Tom Izzo, of course. They all really loved him because he had this engaging personality that he could connect with the curmudgeons, he could connect with the schmoozers, he could find a way to reach anybody. And so I was not surprised, but it's still really heartened to see all of the outpouring from all across the country tonight.
John, I really appreciate your insights on this very sad day and night here in the Twin Cities and the sports community. Thanks so much for coming in.
Thanks for having me, Mark.